Morning. This is going to be my Taurus video. I really enjoy doing my Taurus videos. They're actually one of my favorite videos to do. I really like the energy and the messages that come through, which is why I always start with Scorpio because I'm a Scorpio, and then I always do Sagittarius because that is the sign of my divine partner. And then I always do Taurus for third. So Taurus is always like my third video that I do. So do feel honored that I do choose to do yours first, because after, the two that I have to do because they're special to me. Just because, like I said, I'm really drawn to do the Taurus videos. And I do really like the energy. I'm doing my personal paid readings a lot different now. What I'm doing is we are video chatting. And so for $50 for about a 40-minute session, we can interact and you can ask me questions. And it's really nice because I can really get a good sense for your energy and let you know what's going on in your life. I do love doing personal readings. Also, I'm doing, if you have not checked it out yet, but I'm doing a past lives reading every week, in addition to my all signs and my twin flame reading. Now, starting sometime of the weekend, I'm going to be doing a runes reading as well. I'm going to teach myself how to read the runes, but like I have been saying in my other videos, I don't think it's so much as teaching myself as remembering how to do them. The other thing is I'm going to be doing the runes reading. Oh, there was one more thing I was going to do, and I'm sure I'll think about it here in a minute. I just got through delivering newspapers, and when I come in from doing my newspaper delivery early in the morning, I get in about 5 a.m., and sometimes I have enough energy to do a reading, and sometimes I don't. Usually I'm still real hyped up, and so you know how it is, when you get home, you can't go right to sleep, so this is kind of my way of unwinding. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm a little hyper this morning. We have the Queen of Pentacles, or Queen of Discs, in this deck. And I love this card. Now, what I have found with Tauruses, especially women, is that they're very pretty. They're very meticulous about their appearance. This is something that really matters to Taurus women. Taurus women are known to be very beautiful. They're one of the most beautiful signs in the whole zodiac. So that is what the energy that I got from this picture was, just look how pretty she looks. But to clarify that card is the ceremony and invocation card. And so the energy that I'm getting with both of these cards is that you like things a certain way. Everything has to be perfect. And I feel like this is the same energy with Taurus males too. You guys like things a certain way. You're very organized, you're planners. Everything has to go according to plan. And sometimes it takes you a while to get things done because you're so meticulous. And I think that this has came out for you before about, it's all right for things to be messy or be out of order. And that is all right. I know I had a botany and zoology class in high school, and I'm so not a scientist or a mathematician. I'm all literature and history all the way. I use the other side of my brain. If it has to do with logical thinking or whatnot, I'm not very good at it. But it took me forever to get my assignments done for botany and zoology, and my teacher finally told me, she said, her name was Mrs. Bowie, I'll never forget her. And she said, Tracy, it takes you forever to get something done because you're so scared you're going to make a mistake. You're scared you're going to mess it up. She said, just do it. And that's the energy I'm getting from this, is that whole, you want everything to be perfect. And if something goes wrong that upsets your order, it throws you off your game. So the message that's coming through from Spirit is stop judging it, because everything that's happening is happening for a reason. And let go of the control, because you really don't have control. Control is just an illusion anyway. And so that's really what the energy that, like I said, I'm getting with this card is that whole planning, and everything has to be perfect and everything has to be in order. Release the need to micromanage and control everything. And take chances. Do something new. Don't just do the same things over and over again. And we have the Emperor card. And the Emperor, or this can be Empress, this is all about stepping into your personal power. This is a power card. And I was talking to someone on Facebook yesterday because I had made a post about I don't chase anything or anyone. I just don't. You know, so if someone is waiting for me to chase them, they're going to be waiting for a long time because I just don't. I'm real old-fashioned, so, you know, even if it has to do with, you know, I have a lot of male friends, but, you know, if I have a man who's trying to talk to me and get to know me, usually I blow him off. But, you know, if I am kind of interested and the conversation's kind of interesting, you know, I might engage for a day or two. But then they get to the point where they want me to chase them. And I just don't, you know. I'm real old-fashioned, you know, and if you want to talk to me, you know where I'm at. And so someone had commented on the post about that, about, you know, not having chased her husband or whatever. And I said, well, you know what? It's more than that. You have to get to the point where you are not scared to lose anything or anyone. That is where your power's at. Because whenever you're scared of losing someone or losing something, you give away your power to that. That thing always has power over you. And that is how codependencies are formed. Because when you're scared of losing something or losing someone, you'll do anything to keep it. And there's no power in that. So that is the energy I'm getting from that card. This is the Anchor or Standstill card. This is all about stagnation and being stuck. And basically, I'm getting, and this clarifies the Emperor card. So this is the same energy that I'm getting. That maybe you're stuck in situations that are no longer resonant with you. They no longer, you're no longer aligned to them, but you're staying anyway, just because you, for one thing, you like order. You don't like change. You don't like things to be messy. You want everything to be just like it was. And so you stick around in a situation longer than you should, out of fear of loss, out of fear of change. And so the message that's coming through from Spirit is, in order to stop that stagnation, is to really be open and go with the flow. And to stop, like I said, stop judging what's happening right now. You don't know. That is the most important thing that you can do. Is Chopra in his 7 Spiritual Laws for Success, if you get a chance to check that out, he said start daily by really checking yourself and being mindful of all of the times that you try to box in, label, analyze, or understand something. That is judgment. You have to get to the place where when things happen, you just accept them. You know what? It just is. And I don't know the reason right now, but this is here to serve me. Therefore, it is perfect. And I'm grateful for it. So not only don't judge it, but have gratitude for it, even if it seems like it's something that's shitty. Because I've talked about this before. There is no good or bad. There is only contrast. And we learn contrast by experiencing things that we don't like, that we like and that we don't like. That's contrast. This is a new beginning. This is the Ace of Discs. And so this is a new opportunity that's being presented to you. But you have to be open to it. You have to be open to change. You have to be willing to accept it, that this is a gift from the universe. This is a brand new beginning. And I know that's going to trigger some people because I'm really feeling very strongly that you're very anchored into your current situation. And even if it's not completely what you want right now, it's comfortable. It's comfortable, and you know, the message that I'm getting with this is that it's something that you do every day. I mean, you do the same thing every day. There's comfort in that, and I understand, I get it, because I'm a creature of habit too. And so I'm feeling that energy very strongly. To clarify that Ace of Discs, we have broken heart. So the message that I'm getting here is that you feel like even if this situation that I'm in right now is not completely resonant with me, I'm not completely satisfied with it, at least I know what it is, and I don't have to risk getting my heart broken again, because my heart has been broken so many times. And there's a lot of fear around this card. But you got to understand that we have to have our heart broken in order to be able to feel things. Otherwise, you don't have soul-fulfilling experiences. They just barely scratch the surface. And so, and there is no fear in love. Okay, there is love, which is pure and it's unconditional. There are no conditions, no fears whatsoever in love. And then there's everything else, which is fear-based. A lot of times what people mistake as love is nothing but codependency and fear. We are humans having divine experiences so that we can experience that duality. And duality is, like I said, the fear and the love, the two polarities. And in order to collapse those, you have to stop judging everything. You just have to go with the flow, and you have to accept everything that's happening right now is happening for a reason. And I realized that I was conditioned through fears from an infant on up, even a baby. I learned that I had to earn love. I had to earn affection. I had to earn attention. And so these placed conditions on me and fears. And I got away from what I was as a soul, the source of me, which was pure love. But now I'm learning that. And how have I learned that? By having my heart broken. And we have our heart broken when we have expectations of others and we place conditions on them and they don't deliver. How do we love somebody in a pure sense? Let them be. Let them come and go. Be fluid. And stop placing conditions on people. Oh, well, you know, if you don't do this, then I'm going to withhold my love. Well, that's not love. So you're here to learn love, and you do that by having your heart broken. We have another new beginning. We have two new beginnings, and this is love. This is the Ace of Cups, and the cups are all about love. So somebody has a new beginning coming, and you're moving out of cycles that you have been stuck in, that have literally had you anchored in and stagnant. And so now you are moving forward like the Emperor or the Empress into these new energies, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. This is the physical realm. This is material gain. I mean, this could be a new job. This could be a new living arrangement. This could be like moving to a new town. This could be a new love interest or somebody returning. Remember when I said do be fluid? A lot of times we have to have time and space away from people to learn and grow, and then it comes back around again. And so do be open to that. And the reason why you're in this new cycle right here is because you are clearing this. As soon as you clear this, that new energy can come. And this is that codependent energy I was talking about. Most of the time, people, what they consider to be love is codependency. It's that need. It's that I don't want to lose you, therefore I will do anything to keep you. And that is giving away your power, and you have to get to the place where you're not scared to lose anything or anyone, or you will be in this energy. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. You could be dealing with substance abuse, or your partner could be somebody that you're involved with. Maybe you're living with someone who, like I said, you're just comfortable with them. There's really not much there anymore, but you know, you don't like change. You do the same thing all the time, and at least you know what this is. You don't want to take any chances to get out there to get your heart broken again. And, you know, it could be a situation where you're addicted to somebody. You're dependent upon somebody, maybe financially, or a lot of times, you know, we're with somebody and they tell us, you know, that, you know, they determine our value and our worth. You know, maybe they're verbally or mentally, even physically abusive, and they tell you you're not worth anything, and you believe them. And why do people not leave situations like that, toxic situations? Because they are addicted to them, and because they are fearful of loss. Fear of loss is the number one reason people stay in in these codependent relationships. Fear of loss, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. So definitely do work on that so that you can move forward and get out of this stagnation and get into this new energy, this new love energy of something higher vibrational that is more soul quenching. I like that word, quenching. We have the Nine of Wands. And basically what I'm getting with this is it's a fear-based card. And understand the entire third dimension that we live in is fear-based. The whole dimension. The 5D up is their fears can't exist there. That's the reason why if you are on a spiritual journey like I am, and you are working on ascension, you cannot get anywhere until you release your fears. Hold on, my arm's itching. And the reason why you can't get there until you release your fears is because fears cannot exist in the fifth dimension up. It is all love-based. So you have to get to the point right here with this card that the fears no longer bother you. You see how she's sitting there reading, and there's a whole alligator in the room? A whole alligator. And she is completely unbothered by it. And the reason why she's unbothered by it is because she knows it's not real. She accepts the fact that fears are illusions. There is a video on SNL, Chad, and it's the one where it's supposed to be like Scream, and the guy keeps calling him on the phone, and Chad is so unbothered, and he keeps saying, okay. He's like, you're gonna die, okay. Like, it just does not affect him. That is the level that you have to get to in order to be able to continue ascending and to release that codependency and that fear of loss. You have to accept the fact that fears are not real. Because to clarify that card, we have the Sun card. And look, this is two people together. And they're in love and they're happy. And the Sun is the most positive card in the deck. So when you get this in a reading, know that you are going to have a very positive outcome. Now, another thing that I'm getting with this card is power. The Sun is power. Whenever I think about the Sun, I always think power. And so, once again, that's about stepping into your power. We have the Four of Discs. And this house is very interesting. Hold on, let me turn it around. So she's looking down and she sees her reflection, but her reflection looks different. Is that a dice? That is a dice. Is that a dice? Sure looks like a dice. So basically what I'm getting with this is that other people are perfect reflections. They hold up a mirror to us. And so instead of, remember I said to release the judgment? Instead of judging the situation, look in the mirror that other people are holding up for you. There's almost always a lesson in it. I know I had a couple of conflicts with people over this past week. And I'm like, what the hell? Why am I aligning to these situations? I'm like, I'm higher vibrational. I'm closer to the fifth dimension now. I've been clearing all these fears. And in fact, I'm kind of in and out of the 5D. I've noticed that if I spend too much time on social media, kind of scrolling through my news feed, and I take in a lot of lower vibrational posts that I'm reading or whatever, I become lower vibrational. That's the reason why I don't watch the news or watch TV, but yet I'm still, when I'm on the internet, I still run into things that still kind of lower my vibrations, and I have to be very mindful of it. So I couldn't figure out why I attracted these two conflicts with people. I mean, they were pretty nasty conflicts. Actually, 3 over the past week. But after I really looked at them and my spirit team worked with me, they said that those demos that I had, those simulations that I had, were to teach me to let go of shit. Because I'm the kind of person, once I get into it with somebody, I dwell on it for a long time. And then I don't let it go. And then I hold a grudge. I'm real shitty. Like, I'll probably never speak to you again. Seriously. And so basically my team let me know this was for you to clear those patterns. Those are ancestral patterns. My mom was like that. My grandmothers were like that. My kids are like that. And so I am clearing ancestral patterns right now and ending cycles. So that's the reason why it happened, but I judged it as bad. So when you turn this card around like this, she's looking at this dice. And so what happens when you roll a dice? Or die. One is a die. You're kind of open to fate. It's kind of that wheel of fortune. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And so whatever hand that you're dealt, you have to know that it's being divinely guided and that there's a reason for it. And so that is the energy that I'm getting with this card, is to go with the flow and know that whatever's happening is happening for a reason. And do look in the mirror that people are showing you. There's a lesson in it. To clarify that card, it says you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. So if you have any type of conflict going on right now, like I said, I had like 3 different ones. For one thing, nobody can do anything to us. No one can make us feel any type of way. We have the power and we have the ability. So take your power back. And don't let other people take your power from you by getting you upset and making you react in a certain way. That's the message that's coming through with this, is that use your abilities. All you can do really is to manage yourself and manage your emotions. You have no control over anyone else. So that is the message that's come through with that card. We have the wealthy man and the lovers. I'm going to go to the lovers first, because basically I feel like this has to do with those choices. Remember I said new options and new choices are coming in, but it's kind of like that energy of feeling like you're scared to branch out and try something new because your heart's going to get broken. You do have, like I said, this new love that's either returning or, someone brand new that's coming in. And then you have this old energy of someone that you've been dealing with that has been a little toxic. And so with the Lovers card, it's about a choice. And this could even be about choosing yourself, choosing to be alone. There's nothing wrong with that too. So, you could be choosing yourself here. That could be you returning to your soul and doing what you need to make yourself feel good. But this is the choice between 2 people. And we have the wealthy man card. And basically what I'm getting with this, and I believe this came up for you before, Taurus, is that I feel like sometimes you have tended to choose partners based on materialism, financial stability. And this has caused you some pain and problems with codependency, because what happens when you become involved with someone for a material gain or for material stability? Well, then you fear loss. You have a lot to lose. And that person has a certain amount of control over you, because that's power. When you're scared you're going to lose somebody for whatever reason, maybe you fear poverty or scarcity or lack, then that person has power over you. And you end up in this energy right here. So the message that's coming through from Spirit is choose love. Always choose love. But most of all, choose yourself first. That's beautiful. All right, let me read this postcard oracle card. I always save this for the end, and I have not read it yet. So let's see what it says. Dearest you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add more distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to take an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. And this way you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. I was talking about that. We know you'll make the right choice. Wow, it's that Lover's card. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now, you'll be glad you did. Love you. So I do feel like that postcard has to do with this decision here. And also you have other choices here because you have new options coming in with these Ace of Discs and these Ace of Cups. But you have to stop fearing change, and you have to stop fearing getting your heart broken, and really take a chance so that you can move out of this stagnant energy that you're anchored into right now. All right, well, Taurus, this is your weekly reading. I really enjoyed it. And if you would like to have a personal paid reading or to make an energy donation, I will include that information in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.